Hi everyone, today I'm going to show you two more examples. Number one from your worksheet where we use expanded form to simplify. Use the product quotient zero property to simplify. And we're also going to do number three. So let's start with number one. We have -3 times a to the fourth times b to the fifth times 2a cubed times b to the 0. So like I've done in previous videos, I'm going to group together things that have similar bases. So I'm going to do -3 times 2, and then I see a to the fourth and a cubed. So I write a to the fourth, a cubed. And then I also see things that have a base of b here. So b to the fifth and b to the 0. For -3 times 2, I can quickly do that. That's -6. But for the others, I'm going to need to expand it out. So here, if I have a to the fourth, I'm going to write a, 4 a's. And for a cubed, there are 3 a's multiplied together. I'm going to do something similar for the b's. So for b to the fifth, I'm going to write 5 b's. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. And this says 0 b's, so I'm not going to write any b's at all. And now that I am done expanding it out, I can write my answer. I look at how many total a's that I have, and I have 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7. So that's a to the 7th power. And then I also look at how many b's I have. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. So that's b to the 5th power. So my final answer is -6 times a to the 7th times b to the 5th. So that's using expanded form to simplify. Now let's go on the other side where we're going to use the properties. So I want to kind of go off of what I already have on this first step, but I'm going to write it a little bit differently on the other side. So again, I can go ahead and write the -6 in the front because -3 times 2 will give me -6. But then the product property is what I'm going to use because these are being multiplied. So I'm going to write a to the, when I multiply, I'm going to add these exponents. So I have 4 plus 3. Similarly, for the b's, I have 5 and 0. And we are also multiplying b to the 5th and b to the 0 here. So I'm also going to add those exponents. And that's going to help me get to my final answer. I have -6, 4 plus 3 is the power of 7, 5 plus 0 is 5, and notice that these are the same answer. If they are not the same answer, then we want to check our work and see if we counted everything properly. So again, same answer, but the work should look different. So when you're showing your work on this side, you need to be clear. What is happening with your exponents? Are you adding them or subtracting them? So we just did number one. Now let's take a look at number 3 so we see another example. So we're going to also do this like what we did earlier. We're going to expand it out on the left, and on the right side we're going to use the properties. So for 8 and 10, just going to leave it as 8 over 10. For e to the 6th, I see e to the 6th and e squared. So for e to the 6th, I'm going to write 6 e's multiplied together. And for e squared, I'm going to write 2 e's multiplied together. So all of these are being multiplied together. And then I also see on the top we have f to the 3rd. So I'm going to write 3 f's being multiplied together. And then I see f to the 0 on the bottom. So if it says 0, then I'm not going to write any because it says 0. So if I put 8 over 10 in my calculator, it should give me a fraction, and it should reduce to 4 over 5. I also want to now also see, are there things on the top and the bottom that are the same? So if there are, they're going to reduce and cancel out to 1. So these are the same, e and e. These are also the same. I don't see anything else that's the same, so now I'm going to rewrite what is left over. 1, 2, 3, 4, that's 4 e's multiplied, so that's e to the 4th. And then on the top, we also have 3 f's, so that's going to be f to the 3rd power, and this is my answer. So that is doing it expanded. Now let's look at the other side and show the properties that we could use. So again, for 8 over 10, we can also just go ahead and put that straight in our calculator, and that is going to give us 4 over 5. I immediately think this is a quotient. That means I need to use the quotient property, and the quotient property has me subtract the exponents top minus bottom. So this is going to be e to the 6 minus 2. And then I also see f to the 3rd and f to the 0. So it's going to be f to the 3 minus 0 power. So all of this stuff is on the top, and we have 5 on the bottom. So we're almost there. I'm just going to rewrite my answer. So on the top, I'm going to have e to the 4th and f to the 3rd power, and all I have left on the bottom is 5. So again, we have the exact same answer on the left and the right side.